Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Into the Forest, where we discuss all things related to philosophy, spirituality, and the betterment of yourself. Today I want to talk to you about the idea or the practice of journaling and why you should incorporate it into your day-to-day routine. I was talking with a friend of mine who works in education, and this friend of mine is somebody who is absolutely dedicated to their profession. They live, eat, breathe to make the quality and the style of their education better each and every day. They focus on having valued practices, and they do all they can to support their students. But talking with my friend, they were having some difficulty with their own life, their own practices, their own path. And as I was talking to them, I asked them, do you journal? And they said, no, I don't. So talking with them kind of gave me the inspiration for this video. And what I want to share is there's two forms of journaling that you should try to incorporate into your life. The first is long-form journaling. Long-form journaling, ideally, is something that you do once a week, and you write at least a page. You can write more, but I would say write at least one full page, talking with yourself, being real with yourself, opening up to yourself. What are you facing right now? What are you trying to face? What are current obstacles in your path? What's making you feel anxious? What's making you feel depressed? What's making you feel that you're at an impasse that you can't come over? Or what are things that you're grateful for? What are things that you've accomplished in this last week? If you're able to do this weekly, you can check in with yourself. You can orientate yourself. You can see if you're going on a path that suits the lifestyle that you're trying to live. A lot of people have big dreams. They have these great intentions, and they don't know how to put them into place. They don't know how to make them a reality. And sometimes when you have too many things that you want to accomplish, and you're not actually putting pen to paper, you're not going to accomplish any of it because it's just an idea. Putting pen to paper is a way of manifesting not only an inner voice within you that's opening up and talking with itself, but also manifesting a way for you to be real and transparent. Are you truly on a path right now, or living a lifestyle, living day-to-day practices, doing things that support you and the vision that you have for yourself going forward? This is a way that you can check in with yourself. The reason why I recommend doing it once a week is because if you do it too often, you might find it to be time consuming, and you might find that your day-to-day routine or your day-to-day emotional state fluctuates quite greatly. If you do it once a week, you have a chance of taking that time to sit with yourself and to reflect upon your week. Have you changed at all? Have you come forward? Have you ameliorated since your last entry? Last entry, you were dealing with so-and-so, such and such. Has those situations improved? Have they changed? So talking with them, I encourage them to start long-form journaling once a week to check in with themselves, to be real with themselves. As an educator, you would want to know how your students are doing. You would want to know if there's a way that you could help make the situation better, and you would want to know what they're dealing with. You should also be real with yourself and take that time for yourself to check in. The next form of journaling that everybody should do is day-to-day task and goal orientation. Have a small journal, which you write in every single day. You write the date, and you write, I would say to begin, 3 things, but ideally 5 things that you want to accomplish in that day. This looks different for everybody. It could be waking up at a certain time every day. It could be going to the gym every day. It could be eating healthy every day. It could be as simple as making your bed every single day. This is something that allows you to hold yourself accountable. Write out 5 things that you have the intention of accomplishing that day. If you can hit 3 of those 5 things, you might only think that's 60%. But you're still nailing down 3 things that you aim to do. And that's tremendous. That's very, very powerful. That's a habit that you're creating that has momentum. And that momentum is going to keep pushing you forward, 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 and to the point where these habits become so habitual that you don't even need to write them down. And you start tackling on new challenges, new desires, new goals for yourself. So for me, it looks like eating healthy. It looks like reading at least 1 hour a day. It looks like going to the gym every day. And it looks like doing something like stretching or being grateful or reaching out to somebody that I care about. Those are my 5 things every single day. I don't accomplish them every day, but I try to. And if I get close and I have a perfect day, that's very rewarding. What's also great about this style of journaling is that you're able to go back and look at what you've accomplished. You can go back to the exact date that you started. You can also go back to a date that you were, say, having a tough day. You can look and say, wow, I was really struggling that day, but I still got X, X, and X done. It's a way of holding yourself accountable and a way of motivating yourself as well. So I really recommend these forms of journaling, because as simple as practices as they may seem and they may actually be, they are tremendously powerful, and they will have a profound effect on your day-to-day life and your spiritual well-being. Most often, we are caught up in social media, we are caught up in entertainment, and we are caught up in distraction. We are never ever present with ourselves. We are never ever resting in the moment and trying to see what we're really thinking and feeling. We're trying to distract ourselves and remove ourselves from that state. So this is a way of bringing yourself back to the present, a way of grounding yourself. I like to do my journaling long form on every single Friday at the end of the work week, where I can sit back and look, how do I feel? What have I accomplished? What am I aiming to do? What's ahead of me right now that I feel difficult about? What am I grateful for? What are things that I did that I feel were tremendously powerful, or things that I want to keep doing? Who are people that I possibly don't feel are supporting me in this way? Who are people that I do feel that are supporting me in this way? Every journal entry will look different, but it's important to be real with yourself and to constantly check in. As for my day-to-day journaling, I like to do this right before I go to bed. I like to have at least 10 minutes of my day at the end of the day where I can unwind, I can be present with myself at my desk, and I can think, okay, what am I setting out to do tomorrow? What do I want to accomplish? The reason why I feel that's powerful is because you go to bed with that intention of creating a positive manifestation for yourself, and the next day you wake up and you have a to-do list. Everybody functions better on a schedule, and everybody functions better when they have a clear goal and plan of action in place. If you wake up and you have these desires to accomplish going to the gym, eating healthy, making sure you have time to read your book, making sure you have time to connect with this person, making sure you have time to do this or that, but none of it's actually written down, nothing's actually holding you accountable, it's very easy to slough those things off and just put them underneath the carpet like they don't exist. So I truly implore you, take time for yourself. Be grateful that you have this time to connect with yourself. Look forward to these moments where you can be absolutely real, because you can write whatever you want to write, whether it's for your own personal day-to-day goals or whether it's for your own personal weekly check-in, where it's only with you. You can be absolutely real with you. And when you put it on paper, you'll often be able to think that whatever you're dealing with is not as serious as you thought it out to be, or that when you look back, some of the accomplishments that you write out are going to be tremendously encouraging. Because you might come to a spot where you're feeling truly down, and you can go back and look 3 months prior, 2 months prior, 1 week prior, and see, wow, look at what I've accomplished. Look how I was feeling then. And it's a way of orientating yourself and knowing that we fluctuate as people so drastically. We're up some days, we're down in these ruts other days, and that's just part of life. That's just the vibrancy that we have to flow upon. But being said, there's a way of mitigating the intensity of the ups and downs to make them more manageable. Nobody wants to have extreme ups, but then have these bellowing, earth-shattering lows. It's better to have control over your mental health, your spiritual well-being, and to push yourself in a direction that encourages growth, that encourages transparency, and allows you to be completely vulnerable with at least yourself. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next video.